listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Today we will see BusinessObjects CMC, that is a central management console which is useful for admin activities. Like user creation, group roles and promotion management. What are all the things that we have as part of BioAdmin? I will explain them in detail. BioAdmin. There will be a separate person for admin, but we should also be aware of what it is being done there. It's good to have knowledge on that BioAdmin stuff also. WebI and UDT-IDT. These are related to development, and now today we are covering the Central Management Console. It is an administrator topic. This is the window of Central Management Console. If you see here, this is the arrow. You can see this. Many options are possible in the Central Management Console. We will not use everything, but let me go through each and everything just to see what is there. Access levels. It is for creation of access level, whether we want to give them only read access or write access also, or edit access. Those access levels will be there here. Applications means what are all the applications which are if I click on access levels. If you see, these are the things that we have. Full control. It grants full access. Full control. Owner grants owner version of all rights. Schedule grants all rights from view as well as rights to schedule objects. View grant. View rights means only for viewing. View on demand. Grant all rights from schedule as well as rights to refresh documents. These are the types of access levels available in Central Management Console. If you go to application level, applications. These are the several applications that we have in Bio Design Studio Runtime Alerting. Application Analysis Edition for Goal App Analysis. These are all we can say. Like each individual specific tools that are part of the repository. Here we will have a web intelligence. See here, this is the web intelligence. Lumira is one of the dashboarding tool of BO. Information design tool, which we have covered. These are a lot applications, nothing but tools. Auditing. This is the information related to auditing. Authentication. These are the types of authentication available. If you remember, we are logging into enterprise authentication, but these are also some other authentications available. Based on the access given, people use their own authentication. Enterprise LDAP, Oracle, EBS, JD, AdWords, Enterprise One, PeopleSoft, Enterprise SAP Authentication, Siebel Authentication, Windows Area Authentication. These are the different types of authentications. This is the BI Administration Console. Administrator's Cockpit. It is like a dashboard which will tell like what are the instances that are being run. What is the content being used? Everything, it is like a dashboard related to repository. Here, it is just a training server. We don't have much information here, but in the real servers, we will have information like what are the servers that are working now? What is the document last instance? User sensations. what are active now. Content usage application. See home. The home button where the same options are available here like access level calendar, event application. This is it is like a filter view, whereas this is categorized. The same options are categorized under. These are for organize, this is for defining, and this is for managing. These are organized. These are categorized into 3 groups. Calendars, categories, connections. Folders are like the folders that are there. I think it is loading. Folders that are there in the repository. Let me go to. It is taking time to load. This is the home. If you click on folders, these are the folders that are there in our repository. Same like if you see this, there is a my folder is also there because the folders that are there in CMC are the folders which are there in the public folder. The folders, the reports that we have created are part of this. We can access from here also. If you want to control some reports from here also, we can do, but we don't create or edit the reports here. We can control the reports. Everything is being saved here. If I click on universes, the list of universes will be displayed here. It is some space issue is there that we are not able to see most of the options. But I'll explain only the important things for developers should know. Promotion management is the important thing for us. Oh, it's taking time. Promotion management is useful for, as I told you already, we have 3 environments: development, quality, and production. Whatever we do as part of development, we do in development environment. That means we have a separate URLs for 3 environments. One URL for development, the same kind of URL with other extension for quality, and the same different URL for production. We have 3 systems: development, quality, and production. We do the development and all design things in development. Once it is from the development side, we will test our reports from our side. If everything is working as expected with the development data. Data also is different from 3 environments. Development data is not up to date. We only have some data in development. Whereas in quality, it is better like we load more than development, which is useful for testing, and production is like a real-time data. Whatever the data that client has, it will refresh every day based on the jobs and schedules. And the data will be up to date in the production environment. What we do is first we will create reports or universes in development. We will check from our side once after that. Once we are confirmed like it is, everything is fine, then we will migrate that reports or universes from development environment to quality environment. For that, we use promotion management in web intelligence. We will hear. Once we click, it will ask for the source system and the destination system. For the source system, we will give source system credentials like development system, and there we will first create a job. And we will set up what is the source and what is the destination. From development to quality, we are moving means development system is a source. Quality system is the destination. We will select whatever the reports that we want to migrate from development to quality. And then we will set up a job, and then we will execute that job. Once that job got successful, the required reports or universes depending on that will be migrated from development to quality. After the migration, only those reports and universes will be available in the quality environment. We are developers. These reports and universes has to be tested before moving into production. The testing. We use quality environment as a testing environment. There we load some nominal amount of data, reasonable amount of data, and the testers team will be different. They will have some test scripts to run. They'll have something like open the report, refresh on the report, give some prompts and see whether you're getting or not. Are you getting any error? Step by step. They will be having some test cases. They will strictly follow the test cases and they'll write whatever they observe. If they're getting any error in any of the steps, they'll document it and they will raise a ticket like an issue in using some tool, ServiceNow or Jira, and they will assign that ticket to the developer who has created. Then the developer goes, that sees that ticket. What is that issue? He'll see that, and then he'll try to fix that issue in development environment. From development environment, he'll try to fix what is the root cause of it, and he'll try to fix the root cause of it, and he'll fix it. And he'll ask the tester to retest the particular instance again, particular report again. They will retest, and if that case, which was failed, they'll retest for that case, and if it is successful, now they'll say that it is, and they'll close the issue, and they'll go with other steps. Likewise, they'll perform testing rigorously based on our development reports in quality environment. Once they have tested and they have given, they raise multiple issues like that and will fix based on our analysis, and once again they test those reports and universes, and once they're convinced with the output in the quality environment, then they will give a sign off saying that the reports and universes are fine. Then we can move that wallet reports from quality environment to production environment. There also, we will use promotion management. We will create a job. We will select source system as quality, destination as production, and we will select whatever the reports that we want to migrate, and we will migrate. They are the production people, the clients. They will use it in real time for their reporting purpose, analysis purpose, and all. This is the end-to-end life cycle that is being done in any software project. Most of the projects follow this. For this deployment from one environment to another environment, it is based on the project that they use. Some people use some coding script. Some people use some other third-party tools. And for us, what we use promotion management, which is available in Central Management Console. Here we will give all the details. It should be loaded, but it is not loading because of some memory issue, I guess. But here the process will be the same. First, we will create a job. We will give what is the source and what is the destination details. Then we will select what are the reports that we want to migrate and their dependent universes. We will check all and we will execute the job. If everything goes well, the job gets successful and we can see the report and universes in the destination environment which we have kept. For that purpose, we use promotion management. And sometimes what happens is users raise some issue, saying that in the tool they raise issue and they'll ask us to help. As we are supporting BO, we have to support their report issues also. Sometimes they will only create some reports from their side, but still, if they're not getting results as expected or something, they'll again take our help. At that time, what happens is they'll give us the report name and the folder path. Sometimes they'll not mention. Then we have to ask them what is the report name and the folder path that you are saying that we can check the issue if the report is there in the public folders. Well done. Good. Everyone can access. We will also can access the report and we will see what is the issue further. But sometimes this is not in the public folder. Rather, it is in the personal folders of the user. They will mention like it is in my favorite folder. Then what we can do is we can ask our admin to copy that report from their personal folder to a personal folder for analysis purpose. At that time, what they do is they will go to personal folders in CMC. We can write a request with our admin that we can give the idea for that user and we can mention the report name and say that it is there in personal folder. If you mention them, it is not opening. What they will do is administrators can have access to the personal folders of users also. Administrators, what they can do is they can go to the personal folders. There will be many usernames like with employee IDs and there will be many folders. They will search with the employee ID of the user and they go to that particular report. They make that report as they will click on that report organized. They will click on copy and again they'll come to my user. ID like we have requested to paste it in our personal folder also. They will search with our employee ID and they will paste it in our personal folders. That is the purpose of these personal folders in CMC. In general, that requirement can be fulfilled using CMC under personal folder. Once we get the report of the user's personal folder, we can see what is that. We can try to recreate the issue that is facing and we have to analyze what is the issue behind it and we have to fix it. Then we can inform the user to test the report again or we can give the justification why is he getting like that. Everything is possible in that. This connections is like we have created some connections in the universe. All the connections related to B what will be displayed here, whether it is a relational connection or OLEPI connection or HENA connections. Whatever the connections that we have that we are using in BJO will be displayed here. That is about connections. Users and groups. The CMC is not working now. Users and groups will be like what is our username and which part of what groups we have mapped to. In JO reports also, there will be some critical reports, sensitive reports like maybe financial reports. Those reports are not supposed to be accessed by everyone. Only finance team and the concern required. People only need to have the access. For that scenario, what the administrators will do is they will create some groups and they will map those groups to particular folders. And whenever the user raises a request to give the BJO access and he asks, like I am from finance team, I need access to these folders. If he says that, then based on the approvals, what they will do is they'll go to the groups which are responsible, which are related to the folders that he's looking for. And we will map that user. First, they create the user. After that, they will map that user to that particular group that he'll have the access to the finance groups. Not everyone has access to the critical reports. It is always based on the requirement. Access is being given, that is, by using users and groups. Instance Manager. It is related to schedules that we execute in our BJO. I think I will open in Google and show you. Server is not responding. The CMC is related to admin. Sometimes we might not have access also. I can access, but I'm not able to open anything. This is the URL that they are mentioning. As I told you, this website, our name can be anything. It is based on the project. The normal convention will be like this. If it is a launchpad here, it will be BI, but it is a CMC. We have to replace BI with CMC. This is the U. L of the Central Management Console. These are all the different options that we have. You see, if you click on folders, we will get to see these folders. What are all the folders available that we have already seen? We can see the folder properties. If you click on users and groups here, it will be there. User list and group list. If we get a new user request like, please create a user, please give me the user access or something. Sometimes what they do is they will let us know that some person like he's my colleague, please mirror my ID with the same access as his. At the time, they will give that colleague's username. In those scenarios, we can go to this user list. We can search with their employee ID. We can see what are all the groups that colleague has been added. Now we understood that his colleague is added to these groups. He also needed to be added to those groups only. They can create a new user and they'll map to these particular groups. These are the group names. It is always based on the project requirement. The groups will be created. If you want to create a new user, some groups manage new user. There we will give what should be the default password, whether you need to change it after first login or not. If you want to create a new group also, this option is here. Once we click on new user, it will ask for which authentication type you are giving. Enterprise or SAP account name. Here we will give that username, his full name, his email, ID. We will give some default password and confirm. Once we have done that, that user got created. If you see here, if you select this user must change password at next login, then we will give that account name to that user that you have been given the access. Please go through this link, that launchpad link we will give. To access the launchpad like web intelligence, we will create the user in CMC. We will map to that particular groups that he should be able to have the access. We can also modify or delete an existing user in BO environment. If some user has left the organization, then what we can do is we can go to that user, some groups, and select with his username, and we can delete that user also. These are the few default group accounts in SAP BO environment, like administrators who have access to everything. Every user is part of this. Everyone group was group designer, report conversion to user. These are particular universe designer users. If some user is mapped to this particular group, he can have access to create or edit the universes. Likewise, we can set up the users and their groups. In SAP O environment, your guest account is disabled by default. However, you enable this to allow access to BI Launchpad without providing their own credentials. Sometimes guest account is also there. These are the BI Launchpad preferences like language settings, and everything can be done there. Humta. Also CMC, the BO administrators can use CMC to perform server management and to check server status using server management area in console. CMC admins mostly work on server. Sometimes the server might be busy or server gets hinged up. Whenever we get server issue, we will not be able to create any reports or we will not be able to refresh the report. In those scenarios, there is an option in CMC like servers. Once we click on servers, we will get all the server list. These are all server names: job server, adaptive processing server, central management server, connection server. These are several servers administrators. They check every day like how the servers are behaving. They'll see if everything is running or got stopped, if everything is enabled or not. Sometimes if any server is hinged up and if they don't know like why is it hinged up, what they do is they'll go to that particular server. They will stop the server and they'll again restart the server, that the issue gets fixed. Most of the times, server issues will be fixed by restarting the server. That we don't. Mostly we developers don't have the access to that. We will administrators do that job. These are some server service categories like connectivity services, core services, Crystal report services. These are some servers. You see your server status. We can see whether it is running or stopped or other. This is used to display the servers in Beaver environment as per their status. Running will show in the green color, stop will show in the red color, other will be in the yellow color. If you have any server issue, you can use server status option to start, stop or restart any server. You can also terminate any server in hung or other state using force termination option. If server is hung up and we are not able to click on the start or stop also, then we can force terminate the server also. If we want to stop the server and restart, we have to first stop and then again restart. You can take backup of your full system using hot or cold backup plan. Hot backup plan allows you to keep systems live for users and take backup. There is no downtime. It is like taking backup of the system. If something happened and the entire server got crushed, our reports might be lost. For that scenario, what administrators do is they always have a backup. Whenever there is some server issue or if it is a major disaster, then they can recover that by using that backup. This Tomcat server, Apache Tomcat server, intelligence agent. These are responsible for our business object servers. You can also take backup of server configuration in CCMem. Sometimes what happens is central management, whenever a view server is hung up and we are not able to open it. Sometimes we will not be able to open central management console to that link also. Sometimes that will also be hung up. In those scenarios, what they will do is, instead of going to CMC, they will use CCM, that is Central Configuration Manager. It is some command line tool. By using some commands in run, they can start or stop the servers. You can also take backup of server configuration. In CCMM, it is not possible to take the backup of the individual servers. This is the backup process, which developers will not do, but it is good to have an understanding. When you take backup of BI content, it allows you to restore the BI object without need of restoring full system or server configuration. You can use standard database and file backup tools and procedures to regularly backup. CMS database and FRAS file stores. How we can restore the data in a server crash. This is the promotion management tool that I was telling. Promotion management tool is available in CMC management area to migrate BI object from one environment to another environment, like from development to quality, quality to production. You can also manage dependencies and roll back the promoted object from destination system. If you promoted by mistake and if you want to roll back also, that rollback option is also there. By clicking on job and rollback, we can undo that promotion activity. You can migrate BI object from one environment to other if source and target systems are running with same version of BI. With promotion management tool, you can perform the below mentioned tasks. Like create a promotion job to move objects, copy an existing job from promotion management. We can create a new job or copy an existing job or edit an existing promotion job. We can schedule a promotion job like when we want to execute, that we can schedule. We can view details of a promotion job. We can export that as some LCMA BR file. We can import those files also. To access promotion management, we have to navigate to CMC console management area and select promotion manager. Here it will show us like a new job. Upon clicking on that, we will create a job, or if we can do the same thing by importing some files. We will create a job. We will give source and destination system details, and we will give the required objects to promote. And once we got done everything, we will execute the job. That promotion status also, we can check here whether it is success or failure. These are the jobs that got created in promotion management. If you see here the status is failure, we can see what are all success and what are all failure and what is the reason behind failure. We can manage systems and we can roll back also. This is for giving us system details like a host name, port number. This is the rollback settings. Job settings. There are some setting options. This is how we can create a job. Click on new job. Here we will give some name to the job, or we can copy from an existing job. If our new job is similar to the existing job, we can copy that and we can do modifications as required. Next, we select source and target systems. Once we name the job name, we are asked to give the source and destination system details. We will give the access for both the systems. Then only we have to log into both the systems by giving the credentials. Then it will ask us which environment, which reports we want to create. That is about promotion management. Here it is about the connections. Once we click on connections, we will see these are all relational connections. The list of connections is given. The list of connections will be displayed. Using CMC console, you can also manage universes and connections in your BI platform. Relation connections can only be created using UP or IDT. These relations connections are being created in the UDP or IDT. In IDT, we have created the connection when we are trying to create a universe. All those connections will be saved here. But the relation connections are only possible to create using IDT or UDP, but not possible using Central Management Console. But all app connections we can create from here also. All app connections. If you see, we can click on this green thing and we can create a new connection. And we can give the OLAP connection means it is not on the relational databases like Oracle. We can create a connection on top of SAP data system like a SAP Business Warehouse HANA. These are all different systems which is supported by OLAP app connections. Based on the requirement, we can give that details and create the connection. This is to manage universes in BO environment. We can click on universes in CMC and we can see what are all the list of universes available there. It will show all the published universes in BI repository. This is about monitoring dashboards. How everything is working on. By seeing the dashboards also, administrators understand how the systems and servers are working. These are some job responsibilities of BO administrator: setting up, monitoring of BO servers. Keep availability of the applications like CMC BI Launchpad. For developers, we need these things to be available. Administrators should ensure to make the systems available for developers. Manage day-to-day schedule reports, jobs from instance manager, handling the support issues from business users. These will be some roles and responsibilities of BO admin. This is the CCMM Central Configuration Manager. Administrators use this also as part of their daily job. These are some tools. Promotion management tool. Upgrade management tool is to upgrade from lower versions to higher versions. We use upgrade management tool. Query builder. This we don't need, but if you have some time, you can go through for a knowledge perspective. This link, and you can completely follow this link for BO admin stuff. Whatever you understood, it is well and good, like to have a basic understanding of what is happening there. Upgrade management tool. How they upgrade from one version to other version. Do we want to complete upgrade or incremental upgrade? What is the difference between that? Everything is clearly explained here. This is the most of admin stuff, but just for our understanding purpose, it is better to know about users and groups and promotion management. We need mostly those two stuff only. Also connections. These are types of authentication, types like Enterprise, LDAP, Windows AD, SAP. It is based on the configuration from network side. We will use the authentication. That's about C. This is the promotion management, again creating a job, giving source system detail and destination system details. I think it's getting repeated again. That's about BO administrator activities using Central Management Console. Users and groups, connections and promotion management go through them. Those are important. These are for your reference point, like how we upgrade from in BO. Only we have some versions like 4.1.2, 4.3. Every year the version gets changed. How we can upgrade from one version to other version. That is using upgrade management tool. Everything is explained here. If you read, you can understand some part of it also. It is better because it is always good to have a background understanding, even though we are not doing that particular job. Even though it is not under our role or responsibility, it is good to understand the terms, to have a proper discussion in the project at least. Thank you. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.